Have you ever had someone tell you your dreams are just too big for your reality? Well, today we're going to dive into a really powerful story about someone who heard that exact thing and how his answer changed absolutely everything. It all kicks off with this one simple, kind of brutal question.
Just think about that for a second. That's the question people would ask a young boy named Kabir. It's a question that's designed to put you in a box, right? To keep you small. But what happens when you decide to answer it anyway? So yeah, this is the story of Kabir. He's just a boy from a small village, and he's looking at this huge gap between the life he has and the life he could have. And he dared to believe he could actually build a bridge across it.
Now, to really get a feel for just how incredible his journey is, you have to understand where he started. We've got to look at the world he was born into, a world that, honestly, didn't seem to offer much hope at all.
I mean, this wasn't just about not having a lot of money. For Kabir, life was a daily grind for the absolute basics. We're talking food, shoes that weren't falling apart, and crucially, medicine for his sick mom. His reality was one of constant, tough hardship. And yet, here's the thing. Despite all of that, inside, Kabir was rich. He had this secret, this incredible dream he was holding on to, a vision for a future that could change everything, not just for him, but for his whole family. But this is the kind of stuff he heard all the time from the people around him, you know? Their words were like walls, just trying to box him in. They looked at his empty pockets and basically told him, hey, your dreams should be just as small. But then, one of those moments happens that changes the course of a life. A chance meeting with a wise old teacher named Guruji. And this, right here, is where the whole story shifts. This is where Kabir gets the key he's been missing. And this is just so powerful. The power of perspective. Everyone else looked at Kabir, and all they saw were the problems, the torn bag, the empty pockets. They saw a poor boy. But Guruji, he looked deeper. He saw past all that noise. He saw potential. He saw a fire.
So Guruji gives him this incredible metaphor. He tells him, that dream inside you, that's not just some wish. It's a fire. It's your belief. And he said it needed two things. To be protected, sure, but more importantly, it needed to be fed. It wasn't enough to just have the fire. He had to actively make it grow.
And this wasn't just some vague philosophical advice. Guruji gave him a practical, four-step action plan, a real game plan. Protect your belief, feed it with hard work, keep cleaning off the dust of other people's doubts and your own fear, and never, ever forget who you really are and what you're capable of. So, armed with this totally new way of looking at things, Kabir got to work. This is where the rubber meets the road, where he starts turning those powerful words into relentless action. Just look at this schedule. It's absolutely relentless. This wasn't some weekend project. Every single part of his day had a purpose. School was for knowledge, the tea shop was for money, the mechanics was for learning new skills, and late into the night, he was studying. He was completely 100% all in. And let's be real, a dream this big comes with a heavy price tag. He paid for it with sleep, with comfort, sometimes even with food. But what did he gain? Knowledge. He read every book he could get his hands on, and he learned from every single mistake along the way.
And where did this massive journey begin?
Well, it started small, so small. It started with the discipline to save this, one single rupee. See, it was never about the amount. It was about the habit. It was about the mindset of building something, piece by piece, with care. Okay, so you fast forward through years of this, years of getting up early, staying up late, feeding that fire day in and day out. And guess what? Kabir's realities started to change. And not just a little bit. The story he was born into was getting a complete rewrite. The compounding effect of all that hard work was just staggering. It started with this tiny repair business, run from a little corner in his village. That grew into his very first shop. And from there, with incredible effort, he actually launched his very own brand.
The difference between his past and his present is it's like night and day. But here's the best part. This transformation wasn't just for him. His mom got the medicine she needed, his dad got to stop toiling in the fields, and those same people who laughed at his silly dream, they were now lining up, waiting for a chance to work for him.
And when Guruji saw everything Kabir had accomplished, this is what he said. And it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly sums up this whole story. The real measure of what you can do isn't what's in your bank account. It's the size and the clarity of the vision you carry in your heart. So Kabir's story is incredible, for sure, but it's more than just inspiration. It's a blueprint. So the question becomes, what does his journey mean for you? What can we take from this and bring into our own lives?
I think the biggest takeaway is this. Your current chapter is not the end of the book. Your circumstances right now, no matter how tough they feel, they don't get the final say. You are the one holding the pen. You get to write what happens next.
The power to start writing that next chapter, it's yours. And the moment to start is right now. It can begin with just one thought, one tiny action, just like Kabir's saving that 1 rupee. So the only question left to ask is, what fire will you